Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another one of our Mailbox Power Success Spotlights. My name is Wendy McGee, and I am your Director of Client Relations here at Mailbox Power. And I am so excited today that I get to interview Michelle Cunningham and introduce her to you guys, as she has used Mailbox Power for a long time. But I want to tell you a little bit about her, and then I'm going to let her tell all of us about her. But I am also kind of a fangirl because I was in direct sales for so long. And Michelle is literally a very successful direct seller, been a direct seller for many years, and has created courses and all kinds of support materials. She has a fantastic YouTube channel. She's written a book. She is probably more than one book. I'm probably getting this wrong, Michelle, but he is all about helping direct sellers and network marketers to step out of that I'm afraid to talk to anyone zone, open their mouth, and grow their businesses. And I'm so excited to hear more about your story. So, Michelle, welcome. Will you introduce yourself? I did probably a terrible job.
You did a perfect job. I actually you are right. I have only written one book, but then people are like, where is your next book coming out? And I'm like, okay. So in April, I'm going to Florida for 4 days. I write books in 4 days. That's a weird story about me.
I love that. Oh my
Thank you.
gosh.
Yeah. So I wrote that in 4 days. So I'm going to go write the next one called You Are a $1 Million Brand. And I'm going to write that in Florida in 4 days. And then I'm going to launch it out.
Oh,
So
that's awesome. Okay,
yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to meet you because I am such a proponent of direct sales, and I love your story. I love so tell us your story, because I love your story. I think that so many people will connect with, wanting that freedom, wanting to be home, but wanting to be successful. So go back to how it all started and share with us the story of Michelle Cunningham.
Yeah, so it starts in East Granby, Connecticut. It's one of the smallest public schools in all of Connecticut. Super tiny town, 5,000 people, one stoplight. And my parents divorced when I was 6, and so we went from being like a normal family to like a broke family. And so my mom raised us, and I was one of those kids that, like, I had 2 brothers. One was older, one was younger. But like my life goal as a kid was to be able to afford Pantene shampoo. Just to like
Oh,
put it in perspective, we were
wow.
kind of poor. Like, kids had like Pantene and I had like White Rain and Suave. And I was like, man, if only
Oh,
one day we could afford Pantene, that would be epic. So I share that because sometimes you see someone's success and you're like, you were lucky. I'm like, no, I feel like I've been on both sides of it. And there's an element of me that will always have that poor girl. Like, I like am very
yes,
careful with money because I'm like, you know what? Like, you could lose the money, right?
yes,
Even though I make
yes.
more of it now. So I grew up really humble beginnings. I paid my way through college, and was really introverted and really shy because I just felt like I was so different than everyone that I just didn't want to do anything to really even stand out. Like, I remember being on the soccer field and my cleats were from like Kmart and they were like ripped. Like, I couldn't ask my mom for new ones because I felt bad. But like a girl who was from the rich town next door, Simsbury, was like making fun of my cleats and like making fun of me. And she was like, "Why don't you tell your parents to get you new cleats?" And I'm like, first of all, I have a parent, and second of all, we're broke. And I didn't say that. I was just so like awkward and shy and nervous, and I just felt like it was easier to hide than it was to try to shine. And so for probably 22 years of my life, I was like a hider, right? And I was like, I'm shy, I'm introverted, this is who I am, and this is who I'll be. And it felt safe to me. So that's like how I started. And so I feel like that's an important part of the story because I think anyone who is shy, you can make a decision to say, you know what? You can still be an introvert, but you don't have to have that shy part. We can let that go. I think shyness is a lack of confidence, and we can get rid of that, and then we can do some really great things. So I can share like then the next step of like how do we start to overcome, if you want me to jump into that piece of it
Yes,
next.
please, please. I think that is one thing about, we have so many different amazing entrepreneurs that use Mailbox Power, and I love hearing your story. I think it's so inspiring for people to hear where people come from before they hear, hey, I love Mailbox Power. Like, I want you to tell us more about, go right into that. Michelle, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because like Mailbox Power is like such a massive, huge part of my business now, but you have to build the business first to then need it, right? So
Got it.
I
Yes.
graduate college. My buddy in college says, dude, if you get into pharmaceutical sales, you can make a ton of
Dude, I
money
love
and
it.
it's like super impossible. And like
Yes.
for some reason, I take this as like my life challenge that I will like get into pharma sales so I can make a lot of money and then like Pantene shampoo.
Yes.
So I literally get a job working for Merck Pharmaceuticals right out of college, which is like super hard to do. Drive in my
Yes.
company car, Yet I'm like so bored. I'm like, is this what I'm doing? Like, I go to doctor's offices, try to sell my pharmaceuticals. No one wants to talk to me. I'm doing it for 2 years and I'm like, I'm making money, but this is kind of dumb.
This
Feels kind
isn't
of
fun.
dumb. Right? It felt like empty. So I said to my coworker, who was kind of like me, we were both like secret entrepreneurial people. He was like, my wife started selling this beauty stuff alongside her full-time job and she's making money. And I'm like, I like money. So like, what is it? He's like, why don't you go to a hotel room with her and see it? So I go to this hotel room. There's like a lady in the room claiming to
Oh,
make
I
six
love it.
figures, right?
Direct sales. Yes, I love it. Please
They're,
come to my little gathering in, a hotel. Yes, got it.
and they're so cheering and la 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 la, right? So
Yay.
she's making $1 million. She's making six figures. This lady's earning a free car, and I'm like, is this real or
Is
like what
this
is going
land
on?
I've entered into? Yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, this is either awesome or this is like totally a scam. So I go home and I tell my mom, and she confirms that indeed it is totally a scam. So then I'm like, oh, shoot. Because I was like really excited. But then a week later, I remembered I was 23. And at 23, you don't have to listen to your mom.
You agreed. Yep. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I
Yes.
sign up and I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. And back then, this was 2002. There was no text message and there was no social media. So when you joined in 2002, they're like, here's how you build your business. You're going to go to parking lots. And I'm like, okay. And you're going to walk up to strangers. I'm like,
Oh, I'm an introvert. This is not going to work. No.
no.
Holy cow.
I'm like horrified. I'm like, I'm sorry. Are like humans doing this? Because like I'm the human that would never do that.
I would never do
So
that.
I do not do it for the next 6 years. Wendy, for 6 years, I put that company on a shelf. I dream about it every day. I think about it. I look at my $3,000 of inventory. I do nothing with it. And then in 2009, I get fed up enough with my job, fed up enough with corporate America, and I know I want to build something. And I'm like, you know what? Staying in this safe job is, I'm not going to build something if I don't make a big step. And around that same time, I heard a quote from Tony Robbins. And you guys, if you Google Tony Robbins, burn the boat, he swears in it. So don't do it when kids are around.
I
But
know this. Yes.
you know, he's like, you're not committed enough because you haven't burned the boat. You got to
The
put
boat.
yourself on an island, get rid of the bridge, get rid of the boat, make it happen.
Bring
And I'm
us
like,
in the boats, everything, and then you have to do it. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So I'm like, that's a good idea. I'm like, maybe I'll do that. Maybe for 6 months. So I present this to my boyfriend, who is now my husband. And I'm like, honey, I know this might sound crazy, but I was thinking of like just quitting this real estate job because it's 2009 and like nothing's selling and this is stupid.
Yes.
Because I had gotten into commercial real estate. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, and for 6 months, I'm going to just give it my all for this beauty company. I'm just going to like go. He's like, okay, how about you just get a real job alongside that? I'm like, how about you give me 6 months? And if it doesn't work, I'll get a real job. He's like, okay, deal.
Awesome.
And I'm like, oh no. So then
Now I
I'm
gotta
like,
do it.
I got to make it work. So I was like 29 years old and I'm like, this becomes my obsession that I will make it work. And I met a mentor that worked for that company and she's like, listen, this works 100% of the time for 100% of the people that give it the time. So if you are willing to put in the time, this will work for you. Treat it like a real business. And that's all I needed to hear. So then I'm like, I don't know how to sell this stuff, but I'm going to figure it out. And I don't have a local network, but she taught me. You know, I started with networking events and I started lead jars and referral games and doing all this wonky stuff, but it started to grow. 6 months after meeting her, I had a team of 50 reps. I had 300 customers. I earned the company car. I became a top 1% income earner. And I'm like, stop it. I'm so good. And I was like, okay. I just remembered like what it was like to feel stuck for 6 years. It was so painful and I felt so awful about myself that I'm like, if I ever figure this out, I will never keep it a secret. Like I just couldn't. No, it's not
I love
ethically.
that. I love
Right?
that. Yes.
And I would say that to all of you. If you've had any amount of success, do not keep it a secret. So I started a YouTube channel in 2009-ish, right? Right around the time of having this success. And I started just, hey, it's Michelle. Today's video, I'm going to share with you what to do when a party cancels or like how to get leads in your local community. I just started making videos, right? And those videos started to pick up traction and people started to watch them. And I'll never forget, it was like very pivotal moment. A CEO of a company calls me and he's like, hi, our reps really like you. They want you to come speak at our corporate event. And I'm like, oh, me? I'm like, little me? I couldn't believe it. And I was like, okay, sure. And he's like, what's your fee? And I'm like, stop it. I couldn't even
Wait,
believe
you're
it.
gonna pay me? Oh my gosh.
Couldn't
Yes.
believe it. So I said to my husband, like, what's my fee? And he's like, well, I don't know. You don't like leaving the kids. What's your fee? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll just make something up. How about, if someone paid me $2,500, I would leave the kids for 2 days. That would be good. He's like, okay, tell him that. Right? I tell him that. And he's like, great, we'll send you a check today. And I fall over dead. And pivotal moment right here. He hangs up the phone and he says to me, just bring along your training program. You can sell it at the event. And I'm like, okay, great. Yeah.
Okay.
I, I'm like, oh, I'm so much trouble. So I go to my son's bedroom with a laptop and I record 3 CDs: how to generate leads, how to sell at parties, how to recruit in like a week. And then I'm like, how do we print these? I don't know. I find this company, atomicdisc.com. They make these eco packs. They're $1 a piece. I order them. I sell them for 17 bucks at the event and I make even more money. And people are like so happy about the CDs. They're like changing their life. So I come home and I put them on a website and then they sell a little. I sell like two a month. And I was like on top of the world. I'm like making $34 a month and I am through the moon.
Through
Like,
the roof. This is
yeah,
amazing.
I was so excited. So that was like how it started. And then I was like in 2000, I read Traffic Secrets or something from Russell Brunson that I was like, I need more
Russell Brunson.
traffic.
Yes. I need more traffic. Yes.
I didn't get it, right? So then I was like, I need to run more ads or something, but I don't know anything about ads. So I started running Facebook ads to the CD and it started to sell. Then I hired someone that knew more about it. And like that first month of running ads to the CD, I think we sold $70,000, right around there,
Oh my
and
goodness.
made like 40,000 or something so insane, right? Like, and this was
Yes. Yes.
2019. And I was like, oh man. So then I was like, I think there's like something here, right? And so while this is happening, I'm still running my network marketing business, which is growing and growing, but this starts to really grow, right? So then I have these selling, and then I decide I end up meeting some cool people. They're like, you should do this. Like, so I hired a company that kind of helped me, and they're like, you're really good at other stuff. Like, why don't you make a program about your whole system? So I'm like, I'm really good at selling on Facebook. Like I sold $20,000 of my beauty products in just like 45 minutes and I recruited 20 people. Like that's probably good training. So I make that into a course with a workbook and everything. And I launch it out Memorial Day weekend. And we were pricing it at $297. And I said to them, I'm like, no one is going to pay $297. I'm a $17 girl. No one's going to buy it. He's like, I promise you. I'm like, if we sell two, then okay, you're like the awesomest person ever. This was like the tech guy that was like helping me. He's like, I promise you. And so I remember it's Memorial Day weekend. I'm at my friend's house and we launched the 297 thing. And I keep looking at my Stripe account, which is your payment processor. And it's like,
Yes.
it's like 297, it's like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 8,000, 8,000. We're at dinner, $8,000. We driving home, $15,000. Next day, another 12,000 comes in. We end the weekend, $52,000 in sales on that course. And I'm like, I can't, I like couldn't even process. And then bigger than that is all of the people who buy the course have insane results and are thanking me. And I'm like,
Awesome.
this
Yes.
is a bit addicting. Make money, help people.
Make
And
money,
then-
help people. Very good. Yes.
Crazy. So that's when I just like really got addicted to it. I really, really love making videos. Really, really love helping people. And I believe a lot of us know something that can dramatically change people's lives. We just have to get it out there to the world. And since then, we have now 38,000 people who have bought my various courses. And the courses have taken on different forms where we ship like for our higher level courses, which they run all the way up to $10,000 now. They go, there's 27 all the way up to 10,000. But for the higher level courses, we send amazing gifts from Mailbox Power. We have too many students now that I would not, I initially I used to be like, this is so fun. Like I love shipping these gifts. It's so fun. Let me write you a note. Let me drop that in the mail. That's not fun with 38,000 people. That is like overwhelming, super stressful, work-life balance no longer existing.
Yes.
So I needed something to help me. And that's when Mailbox Power came in because I want everyone to be super happy in my audience. And like, I want them to know how much I love them, but I can't do it myself. And I needed a company that could take my like weird unicornness and let it be pink and pretty and put their name and then send them this. So we send the most random unicorn mugs and like cute coasters, so many cute things, all because of your program. And people love them. And they even buy stuff from me. And you guys are the fulfillment on all of that swag. So I love you guys.
We keep this amazing. Oh, as I drop it, we keep this amazing book right here in our warehouse. I don't know what else we have. I'm going to have to go down and find out, but I want to see all of these projects now that you are sending. I'm going to be like totally stalking you and looking at everything you've sent. But I wanted to just back to what you were saying. I loved what you said. Well, so many things that you said, but talking about how you really discovered that you could help people, and by helping people and sharing that knowledge rather than keeping that to yourself. I think a lot of times in direct sales, sometimes that's how it feels. You're like, oh, this team knows how to do this, and I wish I knew how to do that. And instead, you're sharing it with everyone, letting them know, hey, this is working for me. Maybe it could work for you too. And then that became your business, which is so amazing. And then you found Mailbox Power and wanted to like nurture those relationships. And I love that you love to love on your clients and you want them to feel, I mean, just look at you. Like, I'm just looking at just, you know, your energy and your, even your background and your colors and everything is just so like, hey, I just want it to be a happy, beautiful experience for you to, you know, work with me and to do business with me. And I love that that extends into your gifting and to what you're sending. And so tell us how you found Mailbox Power and tell us more about what you send, because I'm going to tell you about a couple things that I don't think you know about that are being launched in like a week that I think you're going to really love for what you're doing. So I'll share those later in a
I'm
second.
excited to hear. So cool. So the way I hear about it, my friend Taylor Thompson, who's a top network marketer, was like, "Hey, there's this cool company. They ship gifts." And this was kind of in the beginning when we were starting to like really grow. And I was like, "Cool. I like cool companies that ship gifts." She's like, "And it's personalized." And I am like obsessed with personalization. Like from beginning of time,
Yay.
like if you're my friend, I usually buy you like a personalized water bottle, or like I just love everything personalized. I like the ornaments at Christmas. I just love personalized stuff. So like it was like, oh, that's like so my love language. So I was like, this is a perfect company. So that's how I heard about you. And then I connected with Joe. I mean, I've probably been with you guys from the beginning, I feel like, because it was like Joe was like, hey, let's get you set up. And I'm like, you're like the owner. What?
Yeah.
Like it
He's
was
amazing.
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, can't believe I'm talking to like the owner. Well, that's so cool. So that felt really special to me. So anyway, so we got it up and running, and I've got stuff in the background I can grab and show you some of the stuff that we print
I
and
would
ship out.
love that. We would love for people to see what you print and
Yeah,
stuff.
we have.
And yes, grab it, grab it.
This is
Look at your cute desk. Oh my gosh, I can't stand it. And your pink chair.
Do you love it?
I love it. I love it.
This you guys ship. Okay, I think that's all I have in here. Okay, so
I'm obsessed.
this
Okay, love this.
this is my mug. Can you see it? Do it anyway, girl.
Yes, that matches
So
your cute book. Do it
yep.
anyway, girl.
So
Yes.
we ship this mug out, and it keeps everything cold for like 24 hours. People go bananas about this mug. So it's like super high quality. It's like it's not
Oh,
a
I
Yeti, but
love
it's
it.
like the same quality. It's so good. So that's one. We actually sell this. This is a limited edition that people can buy from us. So we open the doors, they can grab it. We just
Awesome.
you guys probably just shipped out a ton of those. And then these are the most popular. These are coasters that I made. So
Oh,
be a
how
unicorn
cute.
in a field of horses, be that unicorn, be like, and then it puts their name right here. So it'll be like Sarah. And so they get 4 of these, and I'll tell you this one, successful women feel the fear and do it anyway.
Love.
So cute. This one, I like unicorns and pink stuff. So like everything is like some sort of motivational message. And
Oh,
so
I
we design these in Canva. Oh, and I always tell people, you're like really pretty. You're like really pretty. So I say like, Sarah,
Oh,
you're like really pretty. And these
yes.
are super high quality. Like I am attention to detail. I am a lunatic. If something is not unbelievably and mind blowing, I'm done. Like so yours, it's so good. And that's very, very important to me. Like a big rule we have at my company is like, how do we completely over deliver and make people feel really, really special? And so things like this, I have a unicorn mug, and you guys, it's not a cheesy mug. It's a 15-ounce with the big handle,
Yes.
legit unicorn mug, and puts the unicorn and puts their name across the bottom. So when they're in some of my elite level programs, you know, it's just like, hey, just want to let you know I was thinking about you. I love you, my friend. Just want to send you this. And they get this unicorn mug with their name on it. And so it's just like so fun. And I send these cool cards. Like you guys send brownies. And the brownies, I'm like, what's so magical about these brownies is when you eat them, you will become powerful and fearless, and you'll be able to achieve all your dreams. So eat these brownies. You will have this. It will last for the whole year. So we say like stupid things on the cards, but then it's like really funny. And then they post them all over social media. So it's just like, it's
So
just
cute.
so
Oh
good
my,
for like everything, like their
amazing
happiness.
marketing, Michelle.
Yeah.
Amazing marketing. Like I
Yeah.
would love to receive any of those things from you. And that would make me feel so special and so that it was individualized and personalized. That really is our jam. Like that literally is something that definitely sets us apart.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that you're using all of this to, you know, nurture those relationships and to have people feel, and they're feeling like Michelle love. They're feeling like the unicorn thing. And I think you're so pretty. And like you're able to customize those and make them exactly what you want. And so I'm going to tell you a little secret here. Once people are watching this will be live in our system, but we're adding note cards.
Oh, really?
Like You can choose your font. They can be in script. You can have them color. You could have a unicorn on them. You can make them however, and they come in a beautiful envelope. And those are going live on Monday. So we are
So,
adding note cards.
like,
Yes.
is it like a pack of note cards I can send them, or it's like,
No,
what do you mean?
it's just like you would have if you were sending like flowers or something, and it was just a square. I think I don't want to get the size wrong, but they're just a beautiful square printed on this gorgeous paper, and it's just a note card note, and it's just one-sided, and then it comes in an envelope, and you can add that to anything, and your brownies, your
So
mugs, your book, anything. And then another really fun thing is we're adding a QR code tracker so that when someone scans your QR code off of anything that you've sent, I watched one of your videos where you have people do like, contests or, hey, come to a pamper, or click on the QR code or scan the QR code to win, a chance to get pampered. So every time someone scans that QR code, you get a text from Mailbox Power and it says, hey, Michelle, so-and-so from your list scanned your QR code. And then you can follow up with them knowing that they actually were interested in what you sent them. So kind of a prospecting thing, maybe more, or onboarding, but a way to track the results of your direct mail. So
cool. My brain, well, we already send out QR codes, so my brain is like, okay, yeah, we could do that for the webinar. Like we do so many of those things.
Totally. You'll be able to just take the right in the design area, and you'll also be able to add QR codes to your automation. So any automation that's going out, for those of you that are listening, that's like an automated campaign. You'll be able to track, anyone that's in that automation. In addition, where you love bright colors and you love fun, cute things to send, I wish I had one on my desk if I'd known I was going to be showing this, but we are adding 5 new products on Monday that are the cutest things. One of them is little like piggies in a little cute jar. One is like lemon sours. So they're really bright and pretty. Like they would just fit your brand. So cute. So anyway, you'll have to look for those next week on Mailbox Power. So those will be added in the like product area. So anyway, just some fun things that you're already doing so many amazing things, but maybe some more fun things that you can do. So tell me, Michelle, what's your best story for Mailbox Power? Like something that you sent or someone that responded. Is there one that just sticks out that you were like, we did this and it was so cool that you would want
I mean, it happens like every day. Like, right? Like,
yes.
I mean, I probably could show you. I'll just go through my phone and show you really quick. But like, people are like, I just got this from Michelle. Oh my gosh, like so cute. And then we just take a screenshot and then we share it to our story. It's happening all the time. So it's the cutest thing because they love the little gifts. So this is a picture of the mug. So when we send out emails about that mug, that's the picture. We just, pretty
beautiful.
simple. Yeah, it looks blurry there because I'm in focus, but we post that picture and then it's just like sales like crazy. People pick that mug up and grab it. I'm just trying to see if there's another, but like it's almost every day that someone's like, "Oh my gosh, I got this amazing gift from Michelle. Like, love it so much, so cute," and it just is so.
Literally is the funnest too, isn't it? Like that. I think that. So there, I'm sure you've read the book, The Go-Giver. Like that is one of my favorite books, just about that feeling of being the person who is not attached to the outcome, but just always wanting to give and to share. And you are a go-giver. Like your whole program that you've built is all about teaching people what you've learned as a direct seller, how hard it is in the beginning, getting your word out there, different ways to, be creative in your network marketing business and direct sales. And that, I mean, it is completely, it doesn't surprise me at all that you are one of our top Mailbox Power users, because that giving and nurturing and loving on people just seems like that is what your whole life is about. Like your whole business is about that. So I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's such an inexpensive way to just really, really build a strong relationship with people. So we ship them out. I host an elite beach retreat mastermind. So everybody gets like luggage tags sent to them and brownies about beach retreat. They get their elite beach retreat water bottle mailed to them. Then my elite students, we send them, they like drip campaign of like different gifts that mail out because they're in there for 12 months. So it's like, I don't know, I think it's brownies. And then it's a few months later, like coasters. And then it's like a water bottle. So there's just like so many, but they're just like happening, and I almost forget the automations are there,
Yes,
it's like
just going. You all the
time. People are like, I feel so special because like, here's the deal, like sometimes people spend like 6,500 or 10,000 to attend something with me, and I spent $10,000 to buy a guy's course. Nobody mailed me anything. No, I could had no access to him. Okay, so I was like, well, that's not okay. And
Yes.
then I didn't get a workbook from him. We mail a workbook. I didn't get a signed copy of his book. We do that. And then I just certainly didn't get any gifts stripped out over time. So I'm just like, how do we make that user experience like so mind blowing, like nothing they ever experienced with any other influencer or someone that they worked with, so that they're like, wow, this person actually like legitimately cares, which I legitimately do care. And Mailbox Power allows me to do that and to do it in such this seamless way that it's just running around the clock for me. And so,
Oh,
so yeah, it's
I love it.
amazing. It's
Well, and
all automated.
it really sets you apart. I mean, if I had bought a course from you for, $10,000 and then I started getting like all of these amazing gifts from you and a card and, oh my gosh, I'm going to not only be feeling like, okay, I'm really glad that I invested in this because this, amazing trainer is investing back in me, but I'm also going to share that on social media. I'm also going to tell other business owners. I'm going to get my whole team in your program. Like you're doing it, it's so cool because it's such a win-win. Like it's such a great
Yeah.
feeling to be the business owner sharing all of this and having these programs set up and going. And then on the flip side of that, it's growing your business and it's out there working for you. All of those mugs you're sending, all of those beautiful, tumblers that people have in their hand that literally, I'm in Utah and we literally live with, okay, not to show, but hello, our tumblers,
Oh
like are
yeah.
just like
I usually have the same color one. I love Stanley's.
right? For water or soda or whatever it is, but just becomes a part of their life. And they also feel connected to you, Michelle, because I think you just said something so amazing about how it differentiates you from other, coaches or content creators or, digital creators out there, course creators that you pay all this money. Cause I've done that. I paid a lot of money for courses over the years and never heard one thing. Like I'm like, okay, yay, I got the course, but how cool to set yourself apart that way. And so I love that. I love that. So, is there anything else that you would like to share? This has been such a fantastic interview with so much great information and just getting to hear how you use Mailbox Power has been so fun. I've got ideas running around in my head right now, things that I want to add to
I
my
like
and
okay.
I'm
This
doing.
is the thing I'll share. This is like my like weird obsession is like
Okay.
whenever I have downtime, like I get the kids to bed, I just go on the Mailbox Power website and I just like I'll go to Canva and design something and like what do they have that's new in here? And I go find something to add my design to. And then I like think for a few days. I'm like, who am I gonna send that to? I gotta figure this out. So that is like when I have downtime, I love to go in there and create things because then when you need them for something, they're ready to roll. And
Yes. Yes.
so fun. So I love. So I don't know what you have that's new. I don't think I've done this in the last month. So I like to hop in there because sometimes there's something new, and I'm like, where have I been? So I gotta
Oh,
get in there.
there are new things in there. And
Is there?
like I said, we are doing our 4.0 launch is on Monday. So if you're watching this in, the future, we're in March right now of 2023, but we are launching so many new features. You'll be able to daisy chain your automation. So you'd be able to like insert other so if you have an automation running and you want to just insert another automation, you'll be able to do that. There's so many cool things, Michelle. You'll probably get in there and be like, oh my gosh, I want to add this or do this. Or so we're always trying to just make the platform even more user friendly, but also more intuitive for businesses and what you are needing to do exactly what you are talking about, having that, long-term touch relationship with your clients and being able to send them. And it is just so fun. If you get down to just like the really like basic of it, it really is so fun to send gifts to people and then to be like, oh my gosh, I know that's going to show up in their mailbox and I love it. I'm so excited. I want them to love it. And you're doing it so well. You're like the perfect example of a business owner who has grown a business that's all about relationships and all about helping people, and then using a direct mail tool like Mailbox Power to send gifts and cards is just seems so natural. So I love it. I love it.
Thanks. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. I actually just did a training for some of my elite students. Were like, "How do you do that?" And I'm like, "I'll give you a whole training." So I literally filmed inside a Mailbox Power. I'm like, first you do this. Go to Canva, make a design. Then bring it in. Grab your thing. Then add it to the group, and then
Oh
automate it.
my gosh.
And then we made a whole workbook to go with it. It's like so good. So it's this whole training for them that shows them exactly how to sign up using my affiliate link. I'm pretty strategic, right? So they sign up and then they get in there and then but it teaches them how to do it all. So how to automate all the gifts. So
Oh, Michelle,
So
that's
cool.
so awesome. I want to talk to you more about that. So, like, after we're done, I'm going to be asking you a few more questions. But
Okay.
before we end, do you want to? So, for people that are finding this and would love to know more about you as a person, what you offer, maybe they're a direct seller looking for help or network marketer looking for help. Where can they find you? Where are all of the places where people can find Michelle Cunningham?
Yeah. So I'll give you two websites. Number one is my website, michellcunningham.com. And that's like a link to all my various freebies that I have and like awesome things you can download, the video tools I use. And then there's some courses on there too. And then if you want my book and you want me to ship it to you for free, or yeah, you pay shipping, I buy the book. So the book is $19.95 on Amazon, but you just pay $9.95 for shipping. If you go to doitanywaygirl.com, you can grab the book and then it will ship to you. Now that book makes sense. It's a playful, simple, unique guide to achieving success in network marketing. So like that makes sense for someone who's like a direct seller, network marketer, multi-level marketer. But I've had people that are like masseuses who like or financial people. They read it and they're like, it actually is very helpful. They even have had people that quit their jobs after reading the book because they're like, you were right. You were right. So
I'm going to go out and get it. I'm going to go out and do it anyway, right now, girl.
This Airbnb host, I stayed in the Airbnb and he was like, he read the book and he was like working for the Airbnb company. And like by the end of my stay, he's like, girl, I quit my job. I'm out of here. You're right. I'm going back to Broadway. Like he was so cool. And I was like,
Oh my
okay.
gosh, go
I
back
know.
to Broadway.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
That
Yeah.
is so cool.
So cool. Anyway.
Oh my God. Well, okay. Well, by the time I talk to you again, Michelle, I will have read your book. So I'm so excited to read it. And I'm so excited to have met you. And thank you for your time today and sharing about, all of these tips, your story, everything that you shared with us today was so amazing and inspiring. And I'm sure everyone who watches this video will be like, okay, not only do I want to know more about Michelle Cunningham, but I'm so excited for creating more things and sending more with Mailbox Power. So you're awesome, girl. Thank
I
you.
love you. Thanks for having me on.
It's been so nice to meet you. And thanks everyone for joining us. Remember to check out mailboxpower.com. You can always jump in there. You can sign up for a membership right away. You can chat with us. Let us help you answer questions. And you can be just like Michelle and start sending out cards and gifts, growing your business, and growing and nurturing those awesome relationships. So thanks you guys for joining us. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Bye, Michelle.
Bye.